What is up, Blood fam? Let's go. Haven't been in here for a little while for some Indiana basketball. I'm finally starting to get my voice back and get my groove on. It is January, and we're hot and heavy into Big Ten basketball. And Indiana has got a couple of wins under their belt, playing a little bit better basketball. Malik Renew is still injured, but with that injury, they've seemingly been able to spread the floor a little bit more of a fun watch right now. Malik Renew is going to be essential for a run for this team, but they've got to figure out a way to do it with him in the lineup as well. But here we go. We're ready to tip. And Ballow's going to tip it back, and it's going to be controlled by Goody in the backcourt. Goody hits Galloway, who's going to bring it up slowly across midcourt. Here we go. He's going to feed Ballo on the high post. Ballow's looking. Tough defense. He's working his way inside. Hands it off to Rice, who shoots the jump shot. Short off the front iron. No good. Tipped back. Here comes USC on the left side. He's going to work it down. They try to get a little fast break. Gets into the lane. Shoots it out for three. No good. Controlled by Ballo. Ballow's going to get it off to Galloway, and here comes Indiana. Galloway's on the left wing looking. High pick by McKenzie. McKenzie gets it over to Rice. Rice has it out on the wing. Over to Ballo. Ballo drives. Nothing there. Gets it to Galloway. 15 on the shot clock. Galloway drives. Gets into the lane. Flips it to the corner. Miles Rice for three. Off the front rim. No good. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds. And it will stay with Indiana. Let's freaking go. A little sluggish on the start here. Eric Musselman. Talk about a great coach. He was in Arkansas, and he was one of the guys that I really wanted for Indiana and that they never picked up. Whoop, that's not where I want it. Rice drives. He's going to be called for the travel. First step was a little too quick there. A win tonight would be great, Nick. Absolutely, bro. 5 out of the next 7 are on the road. Tonight is essential. I really feel like every game is a must-win as far down as they've sunk. USC for 3 in the corner, and he hit it. Nice little flare out there and got the right wing 3, and USC has the early lead. Goody's got it out high, gets it off to Rice. Rice is working at the top. There's a pick. Mbako open 3, lets it fly. Hard off the back rim. And Galloway wins the rebound attempt, but it's tipped out of bounds by USC. Mbako got a great look there. What's up, Mostly? Good to see you, bro. I'm getting my voice back. USC is in the Big Ten, along with Washington, UCLA, and Oregon. Goody gets the ball on the inbound, over to Ballo. Ballo works, hands off to Galloway. Galloway steps back behind the 3 line. Nothing there. He drives, puts it up. No good. Here comes USC. They're going to try to get on the fast break. They get it to the right wing. Looking. Indiana has started very cold from the floor. Baseline jumper. And it is good. My TV glitched. That was Yates the third with the basket. I've got one more thing to set up before I'm ready for the full game here. Rice is going to work it to the right side. Nothing there. Goody at the top of the key. Not a lot of movement in this offense so far today. They're trying to post Ballo up. Goody gets it from 13, shoots it, no good. And Ballo tips it out to Galloway with the rebound, and he'll get it back on the post, threatening the double team. Here comes USC over cross court to Mbako, who drives, gets in the lane, lays it up, no good. Ballo rebound and in. Umar Ballo gets his first 2, and this little bit of a sluggish start is not come without rebounds. Indiana is inside, rebounding the ball, fighting for glass. The shots will eventually fall. USC goes over the left wing, looking for the quick 3. Not there. Throws it back to the top. They reset with 12 on the shot clock. Works left, tries to drive around a pick, gets in the lane, drives on Galloway, throws it up and in. He sneaks it around him. Crafty move by number 1 for USC. And I've got to get to my – got one more page I got to get to. Corner Mbako 3. That is no good. Ballo almost slips and falls there. And Indiana has come out cold today. And there's another quick layup by USC. 9-2 start today. And this is exactly what they had to do because they're not as big a team. And they had to get out and score some points. Eric Musselman is a great coach. I got to get to this. I got to get to my statistics, though. Here we go. And there goes Miles Rice to the basket. He gets a layup, 9-4. Here comes USC driving. They're going to look to penetrate and get to the glass. 12-footer. No good. Goody with the rebound. Flips it out to Galloway. Galloway's got a 3-on-2. Flips it inside to Rice, who lays it up and in. Set of fast break points there. Galloway gets the dime. Rice gets the basket. 9-6 Indiana. And I talk a little bit, and my congestion comes back some. Working inside. Flips it up, and it is good. He got around, got good body position on Mbako. 11-6 right now, USC. Rice gets a cross court to Goody. Goody to Mbako. Mbako lets it fly again. Hard off the back rim, no good. Another clean look for Mackenzie Mbako that just didn't go down. Pull up three for USC, no good. This game is going on pace right now, and I think it favors USC a little bit, but I'd like to see Indiana run with a little pace today. Mbako, top of the key, over to Rice. Nothing there. Gets it down to Ballo on the block. Ballo is at about the 15-foot mark. Flips it to Goody for three. Nice pass. And there we go. Luke Goody hits his first three, and it's a 2-point game. Umar Ballo with a nice pass. One of the things that's underrated is his passing. USC has it on the left side. Ballo comes out to double team. There is it. It's tipped. And it is blocked out of bounds by Rice. The ball will stay right here. You're going to have to excuse me just a little bit as I'm still trying to get through the rest of this cold. Rebounding starting to come into play. As soon as Indiana can start making a few three-pointers and keep that court spread, it is very good for this team. I think that was some of the problem with Mbaka or with Renew on the floor is that the floor didn't spread out right, and it made it a little tough to make this three-point game. I talk about angles, and with a 1-4 set, with you got four guys outside, with that spread being the right way, you get better angles up for passing lanes. And I think that's really the main thing that's affected the three-point shooting since Renew went down is that the passing angles look a lot better. The shooters are receiving the ball in a better position to fire in rhythm. And I think that's been the biggest difference. They've just got to find a way to do that once Renew gets his knee back to health. All right. What's going on, mostly? How are you doing today? And also, welcome, Nick. I appreciate the comment. Anybody in the chat that leaves a comment, I always appreciate it. I try to answer everybody as long as it doesn't get too hectic or too out of the way. What's up, Zompocalypse? There's Brian in the house. What's up, Shank Man? How you doing, bro? Hey. I'm assuming that you're a Badger fan, Brian, since you're up there in the great state of Wisconsin. I'm assuming you're a Badger fan, and that's okay. So they're showing floor spacing right here, and you got one in and you got four out, and when you've got a big like Ballo, and you've got your other guys moving into positions, Goody just slips into the spot, and with the spacing like that, it makes an easy assist for Ballo. And with Renew on the floor, you always had somebody else that was kind of hanging out in the paint, and it made that pass impossible. And that's what I'm talking about is passing angles are very, very, very important in the college game especially, and so is rhythm. What's up, Adam? Let's go USC. You say that, bro. You say that. I do not mind at all. All right, and there goes USC, drives the lane. And what a nice layup there. He puts the body into Ballo and gets a layup. 13-9 USC early. Rice is going to work it on the right side. And let's see how that plays out. They get it over to Mbako. Mbako to Goody at the top. Goody goes down to the bottom. They got Ballo up high. Sets another pick for Goody. Nice movement with the basketball. Ball gets knocked away out towards midcourt. Nothing. Galloway works left. Drives inside the lane. Gets inside and flips it to Mbako. Step back three. And that one, I think that was partially blocked. Here comes USC in transition. And they're going to get all the way to the rim, and he makes it. And that's a nice fast break layup there for Yates. He's a pretty good athlete. Rice is going to work it up the left side. Indiana cut it to 2, but 2 quick baskets by USC, and they extend back to 6. Rice has got it on the right side, working, looking, probing, nothing there. Over to Goody. Goody back to Rice. Movement has kind of ceased on the offensive side right now. Mbako works his way down, one-on-one, backing in, turnaround jump shot from 12. No good. Forced shot there, but there was really nothing happening on the offensive side of the ball. USC is going to work it out high. Going to pull up for 3. Hard off the back rim, no good. Rice clears the rebound, and he's looking to push. Brings it across the timeline, goes all the way, and is stripped. A little out of control there is the point guard, Rice. And here comes USC back the other way. Looking, working it deep 3, thinks about it, decides to drive it, nothing. Gets to the lane, hands it off, looking, 15-footer, and he hit it. Good shots in rhythm by USC right now. They've extended back to 8. They have got to get Ballo down to the post. Good pass inside to Mbako, spins in the lane, turnaround shot, and that's short off the front rim, no good. Here comes USC again, and Mbako just can't get it to drop. That's a travel, but they didn't call it. Rice picks it up. Indiana's coming back in transition, looking, and that is another pass that is stolen. And Indiana needs a timeout here because they are way off kilter at the moment. Rice is trying to force things just a little too much. 17-9. 12:28 to go here in the first half. Drives on Mbako, gets in the lane, puts it up, no good. Crashes the board, and that'll go back to Indiana. And we should be going to a timeout here. And I think that is a called timeout by Coach Woodson. And the second that Adam showed up, things got a little bit ugly. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. It is getting to the point. I've almost got this cold out of my system, but it's still lingering around just a little bit. Well, that was one of the topics of conversation was coming into this venue for USC to play where they'd never been here before, surprisingly enough. And the crowd, the environment being usually very hostile. And so far today, it's been they've done a very good job at eliminating crowd noise because they're not giving them much to be excited about. And if Indiana loses this game, you might not see me for a little while because my paranoia will keep me from coming in. Absolutely, Brian. Go ahead. More than welcome. You can share an announcement and or a link, whatever you like. All All right, we do have 12:22 to go in the first half. 17-9 lead. USC ran out to about an 11-4 start, and then Indiana came back, and then they've run it up to 17-9. Oh, so those of you that don't know, Brian Zompocalypse has his own podcast, and over the Christmas break, over Christmas holiday season, I sat down with him for probably it was a good hour and some change, and we had a nice conversation. I'm sure he's got his own podcast. He'll be releasing that. You might want to check it out. It talks a little bit about my love of zombies as well, and we talk about football. We just have a good old time. Pretty good. It was a pretty good day. Was it really over 2 hours? That's amazing. And somebody just got engaged wearing Hoosiers jersey. Yeah, come on, Adam. There goes Rice all the way in. He's stripped again. Here comes USC. Went on the fast break, 2-on-1. That's a Euro step for another layup, and the lead is extended to 10. I got you. Well, that's awesome. We'll see part 1. Or listen. Bryson Tucker comes into the game, as well as Langdon Hatton. Ballow's going to get an early break here. Indiana goes a little bit smaller as Mbako and Ballo set down. Galloway puts up the three-pointer. No good off the back rim. Pretty clean look. Indiana's down 10. Here comes USC. Works the left side, deep three. And that's no good. Miles Rice clears the board and comes back the other way. You got to get into some offense and got to find some good looks. Bryson Tucker's got it out high. He loses it. Rice picks it up. 18 on the shot clock. Hatton has it out high looking. Drives over, gives it to Goody. Goody pulls the trigger. 3 again. And there it is. Luke Goody buries his second triple, and the lead is cut to 7. USC's working on the left side, round the pick. Galloway sticks with him, throws it up, and they're going to call Galloway with the foul, and that is going to be a shooting foul. That will be Indiana's first team foul. Wow. Don't say that very often. And Indiana has not had very good luck with Eric Musselman-led teams, as Arkansas came in here year on and year off and was really good against this Hoosiers team. Nick, I love it. Predict Indiana by 5. I'll take it, bro. Here comes Indiana up the right-hand side. Galloway gets it to Tucker. Tucker's looking. He's going to drive right. He gets into the lane, flips it out to Kenon Carlisle, out to Goody, who thinks about it, doesn't shoot it. Carlisle pulls up and lets it fly. He's been a very non-accurate shooter this year, and his struggles continue as he misses a 3. USC brings it back the other way. Looks to pull the trigger, drives the lane, gets inside, and puts it up and in. 22-12. As bad as the ACC was in football. Oh! Carlisle's got it out high, looking over to the corner. Drives in the lane. Galloway's got it, flips it up, and there's a layup for Galloway as he makes penetration. Here comes USC up the left side, working it. He's got Galloway looking there. He's going to look for the pick. He's going to try to work around it. Doesn't do it. And then they lost about every bowl game. Here comes Indiana coming back the other way. I'll take my loss. Tucker drives the lane, puts it up from 13, and Bryson Tucker gets on the board. What's up, Fundamental, my brother? You're almost getting as bad as Grange, Adam. I'm just telling you right now. You've changed. Flips it over. drives the lane, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. You realize that you sound like Mark, dude. You sound just like Mark coming in here. If that doesn't say something, I don't know what does. Just a flipping hater. Hey, buddy, just saying. You come in here, you're making the same conversation that he does. So there you go. You figure out who you are. It's just pure chaos, Sports Cat. That's right. 22-16. Indiana's trimmed the lead back down to 6. Galloway's got it out high, works off the pick, drives the lane, gets inside, flips it to Hatton, and he's going to draw the foul. Provocatory chat. Just trying to get a rise. Think about it. It's going to drive out. Carlisle's got it. Carlisle is so quick with the basketball mid-range, and it just doesn't go down. And there's going to be a foul on the rebound as Galloway gets pushed out of the way. And they're going to get the inbound to Tucker. Indiana's got a chance to cut into this lead a little bit more here. Galloway has it out high, picks up his dribble, flips it down to Hatton, but the ball's stolen away. Nice defense on the overplay. Here comes USC on the break, looking to shoot it, gets it down to the post. Carlisle, he's got a mismatch on him, flips it inside, nice pass, and that is put up and in. Here comes Carlisle working the left side. Indiana's got to produce something with this group on the floor. Down 8, Carlisle flips it over to Galloway. Galloway works it around, over to Leal. Leal to Tucker. Tucker's thinking, drives the lane, backs his man down, 13-footer, and Bryson Tucker hits his first 2 shots, and the freshman's come off the bench a little bit warm today. Usually he has a hard time finding the range early, but he's got it today, which could be beneficial later on down the road. SC works it across the top, drives the lane. They want to dribble penetrate every single time. Hatton's going to get called for the foul. And that'll be a 2 free throw attempt coming up. But we are at the under 8 timeout. 7:49 to go. Man, officials are something totally different. That's a whole different ball game. Who was it I watched the other day? I just couldn't believe they were calling block shots, jump balls every single time. And I was thinking, man, where did that come from? They were calling everything anytime the shot was blocked, it was a jump ball situation. I've never seen that before. And I did see, I don't know if it was I can't remember which game it was, but I saw because I guess they rotate crews out of conferences to different conferences, because I saw a former Big Ten crew. It was either, I can't remember if it was ACC or an SEC game. I think it was SEC. They moved one of our former crews down there, and man, they didn't like it. That's what they were doing. They were not letting people, if you blocked a shot and got your hand on it for a split second and the guy came down with the ball, it was a jump ball. It wasn't a block shot. It should have been traveling, if nothing else. But they were calling jump balls. They called 3 of them like in a matter of 4 minutes in that half. I'd never seen anything like it. I don't like the college basketball hand check rules. I think you should be able to use your hands playing defense. I really think you should be able to do that. I think this, because it's so egregious, and then all the personal fouls and with, and going to the monitor over, because I guess they just assume everything's intentional. and they don't let people play basketball without really spoiling it. There's Trent Green in the stands. That is Luke Goody's uncle. He was Indiana's quarterback from 88 to 92, quarterbacked in the NFL from 1993 to 2008. Yeah. It's the same argument that people make about all good teams. They always say it's the refs, no matter what. That's where it comes down to. Free throw is long off the back rim, no good. Second one's coming. And whoever smashed the like on the Facebook side, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Second one short off the front rim, no good. And that is knocked back. Here comes Rice. Indiana's going with a very small lineup now with Ballo back in, though. Drives the lane. And Rice draws the foul. And that will be team foul number 4 for USC. 7:38 to go. That Auburn team's a good team. That's probably your best win. I think that Auburn team is the real deal. Tucker on the inbound, hard off the rim. Here comes USC. Looking on the right side, nothing there. Carlisle's out there on the point. Gets back, gets into good defensive position, drives the lane. 15-footer, no air ball. Here comes Miles Rice on the rebound, running up the court, looking, gets it over to Tucker. Tucker looks, nothing there. Off the pick, drives, looking. Down to Ballo, soft pass stolen away. Here comes USC, and this team has started very slow today. Block shot by Miles Rice, and they call it a jump ball. See, Adam? See? I don't think that Arizona team is as good as that Auburn team. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I ain't saying that's not a good win. I'm just saying that Auburn win is probably your best win. I think that Arizona team struggles a little bit this year. We'll see. It might end up being a better win. That's what they called. Miles Rice got the block, and they called it a jump ball. Drives the lane, looks, gets it back out. Nobody covers on the 3 ball. Misses it hard off the rim anyway. You need to force these guys to shoot more from the outside. Here comes Leal. He gets it down to Ballo on the block. First person to feed it to Ballo. Ballo goes back to Leal and draws the foul. And Leal will get some free throws. I missed the beginning. What are we struggling with? Just hitting shots. Nothing has went down easy in this game. Goody's the only one that's hit a couple. Mbako's 0 for 7 from the floor. Can't get anything to drop. That's really the biggest point of struggle right now is Mbako couldn't score. Leal's at the free throw line, short off the front rim, no good. Adam, that's fair. You can go ahead and go there. No attempts for Ballo. Actually, he did make one layup. Like I said, the biggest part of the problem, and this USC team's different. They're built a little different. Leal makes the second free throw, cuts the lead back down to 5. You just make mean points. They're not fair. Working on the right wing, Carlisle in tow. Flips it over. Tucker doesn't cover his guy. Another rebound to Ballo. Here comes Carlisle back the other way, gets it over to the center of the court, drives left, goes, looks, pulls up for 3. And Kenan Carlisle finally makes a 3-pointer. He has really been struggling with his jump shot. That one looked very Caitlin Clark-esque because of the way he was going from right to left as a right-handed shooter and let it fly and got the hit. Lead is down to 2. Tip ball. Here comes USC driving on Leal. Leal's got good position. Flips it out. Thinks about the 3. Rotates it around. Indiana's tightening on defense a little bit. And another 3. And it is no good as well. And they're going to call an offensive foul over the back on the rebound as Kenan Carlisle had good position. And the USC player went around him to take the basketball. Indiana with a chance to tie it here with 5:47 to go. USC's played an excellent first half. And what was that? Rice is going to get bailed out with a foul call here, and he's going to get a couple free throws. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, fundamental. As far as this USC team, I'm not as worried about their three-point shooting as I am their dribble penetration into the paint. They play a mid-range game. They don't shoot the three really well. I think that was probably kind of coached into Ballo there to not close out on the threes as much. So that's one good thing. This team is not going to get away from us, but they do like to go fast. Rice makes both free throws, and we are tied for the first time since it was 0-0. And Assembly Hall finally starts to get loud, and I see empty seats, and that's something I've never really seen in a conference game. Works it down on the baseline, wants to drive on Carlisle. Good defense by Leal and Carlisle. Flips it out, saved by the bell. Long three ball, and I say they don't shoot threes, and then they finally make one. 27-24 USC. Here comes Rice all the way to the rim, and he misses it, but Ballo clears the offensive glass, and he's stripped. And that will be a foul on USC, 8th team foul. No students are still out of town. You know, karma with your attitude is going to get you sooner or later, right, Adam? You're just going to have to take all kinds of grief. It's okay. Ballo's been working on his free throws of late. First one is up, and it's good. Well, you just got to remember, John Shire is no Mike Krzyzewski, and you guys can get bounced just as easy as anybody else. You do have a soft conference, so that'll make you look better going into the tournament. Second one's also good. Might be the softest that conference has been in a long time, so you better live it up. He's a dookie, yeah. Drives the right-hand side, gets to the baseline, flips it up, and that's going to be a foul on Carlisle. Poor defensive position there got him the foul on that one. I'm not saying I throw a lot of good respect out there. I'm just going to talk smack just for fun. All conversations provocatory. Drives on Ballo, looking, nothing there. Has to slip it back out. Loses his dribble. And that should have been a double dribble, but they didn't call it. Loses it again. Good defense by IU. Throws it up from 26. And that's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Somewhere in the 30s right now, bro. Somewhere in the 30s. Leal has it on the high post, gets it over to Tucker on the wing, back out to Carlisle, drives the lane, gets inside, flips it to Tucker, step back three. No good. And that's going to be lost out of bounds, and it's going to be saved back to USC. USC's got it out high, works the lane, nice pass in on the lane, blocked by Anthony Leal, and they're going to call a foul. At least they didn't call it a jump ball. And I think the foul might have been on Rice. And it was. Leal got the block. Rice got the foul. Their guards don't seem like strong ball handlers. What an ugly-looking free throw. And here's the deal, fundamental. We've played an absolutely atrocious first half, and we're only down by a point. The only thing I've seen that's really good about them is dribble penetration from their wings. Yeah, that's his problem. You probably weren't in here when I was first talking about it, But with Renew out of the lineup for, with your leading scorer out and another big guy to clog the middle, they've been a better team because they've spread the ball out a little bit more. Ballo drives the lane, puts it up. He's blocked, but they're going to call a foul. He's going to get 2 free throws. The biggest thing that I've noticed with Renew being out is that they've been able to spread the floor a little bit better. But Miles Rice, he doesn't play like a point guard. The angles that he takes when he drives are that of a scorer. He doesn't look like a facilitator. He looks like a 2-guard driving the lane trying to score. I don't think he's been titled a point guard, but I just look at him as a number 2 guard that likes to dribble, penetrate, and that gets a few assists every now and again. So that was earlier part of the conversation was passing angles. And I know that seems kind of stupid, but when you get good spread on the floor with 1 in and 4 out, your shooters like Goody can move around and find the open spot for the pass, and it makes it a lot easier to get a good pass that goes into a better shot than when you've got 2 guys inside and those passing lanes get blocked. And I feel like it makes it a little easier to facilitate. Yeah. But see, he hasn't really figured out the point guard role. If you ask me who a point guard is, I say Yogi Ferrell, because that's a guy that came in and wanted to be a point guard. That was his job. That's what he wanted to do. That's how he played the game. He would have 8 assists and 2 turnovers every night and 12 points. That was Yogi Ferrell. Miles Rice doesn't run the team that way. He runs the team looking like a score first, and he plays a little out of control at times. I think he would be faster if he slowed down just a hair. And these guys here need better passes for shots. They need better passes and more open positions to get them shots to start going down. What's up, JB? Good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. See, right now, honestly, if you ask me who I would like to see playing the point guard and taking the shot away from him is Carlisle. I think Carlisle, who was an actual scorer in Stanford, I think he makes a better point because he plays defense a little bit better than Miles Rice does, and he's tight to the ball and he's quick and he has good ball handling skills. I just think he's a better option if you're wanting to ask me who on the team. But Galloway plays a very facilitating role. He likes to pass the ball. But I think they need somebody to run the floor. Let's go, Trojans. Stop at him. Ballo's at the free throw line. First one is up, and it is good. Yeah, that comes with practice. Somebody's got to want to be that guy. Everybody wants the glory. Nobody wants to do the dirty work. Second free throw is good. And Indiana's tied the game back up. 3:54 to go in the first half. 28-28. Very tightly fought contest here at Simon Scott Assembly Hall. USC's got the ball up the top of the key looking. Ballo's playing off. Flips it over to the left side, and that's a turnover. Oh, wait, they call a foul. What? Woodson's ticked. I don't know where the foul was at here. Oh, that's a bailout call there. Drives the left lane, nothing. Shoots the deep 3, hard off the back rim, no good. Here comes Indiana with a chance to take the lead. Holy smokes, they get it inside to Ballo. Ballo lays it up and in. 30-28 Indiana. First lead tonight. Very weak start in this game. Finally coming around here towards the end of the half. Musselman's Trojans come across the timeline with a strange set going here on the high post. Works it to the right-hand side, gets it back out top of the key. Nothing. Goes it to the right. Drives on Ballo, looking to get to the rim. Nothing there. He's cut off. Goody's back on the floor as well. Right side. There's a deep three, and that is hit. USC buries a deep triple and regains the lead by 1. Carlisle's got it right now. Agbo 3 for 5 from behind the three-point line. The one good shooter for USC tonight. They get it into Ballo inside. Ballo's got position. Working, looking, drives in, spins, turns, shoots. Good. Umar Ballo is just way too big inside. Indiana goes back in front by 1. 2:24 to go. Carlisle picks up full court. Like to see that grit. Get on him. Low, good defensive position. Drives around, gets inside. Goes all the way to the rim. Blocked by Ballo and out of bounds. And they're going to call another foul on Carlisle here. As that is exactly how you play when you get beat. And I don't want to say beat. When your man gets around you, you keep him, you try to get as much in between him and the basket as you can and let your help defense come over to block the shot. All you're trying to do is just keep him away from the rim a little bit. And that's exactly how that played out. But they called the foul on Carlisle because he got him with the body. First free throw's up, and it is good. 32 up, 2:13 to go. Carlisle has to go to the bench. 3 points, 3 fouls. Good to see him make a shot today. And it's nice to see Gabe Cups on the bench today. Him and Ja'Kai Newton and Malik Renew all out due to injury. Those are 3 guys that should have been providing points. So hopefully this team holds pat while these guys get better. Rice is back to running the point. 33-32. 17 on the shot clock. There's the high pick by Ballo. Rice drives the lane. Gets it out to Goody for 3. Money. Good. Nobody was in the passing lane. Goody hits the triple. Indiana leads by 2. Goody's got his 3 threes for today. 4 out of 12 for Indiana. Not a bad start for them. Pick and roll. Gets inside. Picks it back out. Nothing there. Flips it across court. Agbo step back 3. And he airballed that one. Tried to force it a little bit there. And didn't draw any rim. What I was going to say was that Miles Rice gets inside where there's no clutter, and Goody just works his way down to the 3-point line, and Rice dribble penetrate and got him a good pass, and that's usually what it takes, man, a good pass to get that shot. Rice is working out high, gets it to Galloway. Galloway fakes a shot, drives the lane, flips it back. Goody drives inside, 15-footer. Money. Luke Goody's shot is coming in. Musselman, I think, is going to burn no, he's not. 4-point lead. 37-33. Luke Goody, 11 points. Umar Ballo, 10. Agbo's got it out high. Bryson Tucker's defending him. USC flips it around. Their offense has become a little stagnant as the movement has ceased a little bit, as they look like they're tiring a little bit. Step back 3, hit it. Agbo hits the step back 3 on the move. Tough shot. 1-point lead for Indiana. 41 seconds to go in the half. Rice is going to work it off the right side, goes all the way to the rim, and he's going to draw the foul, and he's going to get some shots here. And Indiana's going to get a potential 2-for-1 here. You're so funny, Adam. You're just so funny. What's a basketball? Man, never thought there'd be the day. Rice hits the free throw that I felt like Sports Cat approaches the chat with more maturity. All right, 2-point lead. One more free throw to go. Indiana's got a 2-for-1 opportunity here. You missed the second free throw. USC will have to shoot with at least 5 seconds to go. Calm down. USC is going to make sure they burn their portion of the shot clock, get the game clock down as far as they can. They decide to go with 15 left on the game clock, 10 on the shot. Working around, step back, thinks about the 3, passes, drives on, gets around Galloway, puts it up, and it's missed. Puts up and in. Hurry up, 3 seconds. He does not get a shot off there, and then we will have a tie game. I know. I understand that. I've totally figured that out. And we go to halftime, tied at 38. As we go into halftime here, let's see what we got. Let's go, Trojans. I mean, I felt like that was the intent because there was 38 seconds on the clock, and Rice raced the ball up the court. And you knew from the time he took off, he was going to the rim. He got the shot off, and the clock was stopped at about 35.8. I knew that's what he was thinking. And you know what? It kind of hit me too. So there was an offensive rebound and a putback, and then no opportunity to score. But hey, you just call it like you see it. I knew what he was going for, but just didn't always happen. Yeah, it's that's the big, we're talking about without Renew in the lineup. So without Renew in the lineup, what happens is the floor gets spaced a lot better because Renew is hanging out between the free throw line and the right block. And I just don't, the 2 guys down low set, I really don't like. I think they should flare. If they're going to play them 2 together, you've got to keep Renew on the high post. I leave Ballo on the low post and keep Renew out high, working right around both sides of the free throw line. The offense looks a lot better when it's more spaced. I think them 2 can coexist, and then when one needs a break, that Langdon Hatton has done a pretty good job defensively as he plays pretty decent defense, and really he's been a bright spot. I don't really see much. I don't see much more that he can. He doesn't give you bad minutes. So, but the thing about the first half is if McKenzie and Baco would have been able to hit anything in this game would be way different. Oh, he needs to learn from Chris Bosh, that stretch 4 role. Well, see, that's what I thought the intent was. But Evan, I'm not sure if it's that his outside shot's not developed enough yet, or if he just can't help but migrate back into the paint. You know what I mean? I mean, Chris Bosh, God, I want to say he was 7'1" because I feel like he was that big, and he just lingered. He knew where to play. He knew how to space, and Renew just seems to migrate right back down into that paint. Maybe Renew just doesn't play the offensive correctly. Yeah, Woodson likes that. He does like to control the paint, but when you put too many people in that paint, that prevents guys like Trey Galloway and Miles Rice from being effective with dribble penetration because there's always another defender down there. There's always help defense. That's spreading the floor out, man. It's a good look if you can make shots and then you make good decisions. I'm just sitting here looking at the box score of this game, and Bryson Tucker Carlisle and at Lille, we got 8 points off the bench, which we haven't had here lately, which is really nice to get some bench scoring that's consistent. Yeah, a lot of times, no. See, that's like I don't know if that's what you really want to call court vision, but Malik Renew, that's what he's got to learn. He's got to learn that his passing game can be huge, right? Because they're going to double team him in the paint. Ballow's learning that his passing game is important, as Ballow has, let's see, he only has 1 assist so far in today's game, but he is looking to pass the ball. But, it just kills you because Renew is so athletic. He's athletic and long, and he's got really nice touch. He just can't quite put it together to be that stretch four. Seems like he needs a couple sets that are just for him. Yeah, well, let's be honest. A lot of people don't like Woodson at all, right? I mean, it's all you hear when you get on the internet is how bad of a coach he is. And every single day in practice that he's trying to work on getting that floor spread. He has to be. He wants to play his best players. He wants to play the guys that he thinks is going to let him win. But when Malik Renew and Ballo can't function on the court at the same time together and be that big team, I mean, you can say that, Adam, and it holds merit in people's eyes. I mean, it's just that I don't necessarily, we don't get to see practice. We don't get to see how things are prepared for. I feel like, I have feelings about it. I feel like the conditioning is off with the team. I feel like there's things like that are apparent, but I don't know it to be fact. It's just an assessment of what you see, and I'm nobody special. But he came around a little bit last year with the outside shot, and I know that was part of the game plan for this year for Malik Renew. I know that was part of the game plan, and it might just be him as a player because obviously he does score a lot of points. Yeah, but he's still missing that one aspect of his game. And TJD, look how he functioned without it. And he realized that he couldn't shoot that like that, but he was really good at spreading the floor. And I think Renew's going to have to be the same kind of player. Because Trace Jackson Davis and Race Thompson were able to play that same offense and coexist without clogging up the paint. And I think it was because Trace would choose to help stretch the floor a little bit more, and Race Thompson developed an outside shot. Oh, for sure. That's the best point you can make. He's got this season, right? If he doesn't win this season or if he doesn't meet to a standard, there's going to either be enough outrage from the fan community to get him removed, or they're just going to flat remove him and let Dolson pick somebody. But they're not going to remove him mid-season, especially when all these kids are there because they want to be with him. So, my sentiment was the way they played earlier in the year, the way every game just looked lackluster. It was like I thought maybe the kids knew that he wasn't going to be there next year, like that he was already done and they couldn't fix it. Like they had nothing to really play for. I mean, I don't know that either. But they've gotten progressively better each of the last 4 or 5 games. Oh, yeah, I think that's the goal. I mean, if you have a team that is a top, we'll just say because of where they are right now, if you have a top 35 team and you can make it into the Sweet 16, that's pretty fair. Talent-wise, you've got a top 10 team, so an Elite 8 appearance is not out of the question. But beyond that, it seems to be more of a stretch. You're going to have a shooter come along, and you're going to have some, you're going to have somebody come along and be more consistently shooting. Besides Goody, it's going to have to be Mbako. I don't think it's really going to be anybody else. And you're going to have somebody run the court effectively, not give games away. But the one thing that they have gotten better at, over the last stretch of basketball is turnovers. They were turning the ball over, 12 to 16 times every game. And now they're down in that 10 to 10 range. And that's another reason they've been in a lot of games here lately. That game at Nebraska was a tough one. I knew they wasn't going to win there, but they got one coming up. I think it's Illinois next. I'm not sure. Upcoming schedule. Yeah, you're closer to the situation. All the rumors about these guys out partying all the time, not taking it serious. That's on coach if that's true. But yeah, I mean, they've got to want it. I'm sorry, they go to Iowa on Saturday, and they will have to shoot the ball in Iowa City. And then they play Illinois at home, and then they go to Ohio State and Northwestern. This 1, 2, 3, 4, this stretch of 5 here, honestly they need 3 out of 5. I think they can go 3-2 in this stretch, but a win against Illinois at home would be huge. And one of those 3 games on the road, plus tonight, would be important. They're so long and athletic, and Ballo's such a presence that they do have a good opportunity at Northwestern. Bryce Thornton at Ohio State scares me to death. One and 4 maybe. And they should get the win tonight. That game against Illinois next week is going to be important because they just crept back into the into that range on the net where they need to be. Illinois will be an important one for that. That Illinois team is phenomenal. I think that Illinois team is going to be tougher than what people think. You're right, Adam. It may be 1 and 4 because going to Ohio State, which Woodson's been good at winning there, but that Bryce Thornton is so strong. I'm not doubting. I'm just saying you're supposed to win this game. I do find it funny tonight, though, that when I had in my head that I thought that they should get rid of Woodson, Musselman was high on my list. So he was one of the guys out there that I thought would be a good fit. You're not supposed to win every game. That's only happened, that only happens once in a great while. A team wins every game, and it just happens to be this team here, 1976, undefeated national champions. Can't take that away. Oh my God. You know what, Randy? And nice to see you, my friend. I didn't get to watch a lot of that game last night. Our boy here, Adam, reminded me that it was on, and I did get to watch a little bit. But it's Dusty May has got he's got it going up there so far, and a lot of people really felt like he should be on this bench, and he's doing a great job. No, it's not. It's not covered in cobwebs because it'll probably never happen again. That's why it will always be coveted. I love Bruce Pearl too. Listen, I don't have. You know what? Watch this. Hey, fundamental. Would you be accepting of a team that struggles a little bit if they focused on like in-state recruiting and rebuilding the program from home turf? It's 1976. Bruce used to sweating through his suits. Yeah. It's funny how him and like Rick Barnes found success and new life by moving around. I, I feel like, because see, that's the big thing, is that I know there's enough talent in this state. It just takes being put in the right position. And Adam's right. Adam said something earlier. It's about coaching. Um, it really is about coaching. These guys are all very gifted athletes, right? Every single one of them are gifted in their own way. And how they're coached, how they're taught, how they prepare for games is why they win or lose. That's why guys like Coach Krzyzewski, Adam, and Bob Knight were always so good, because they made they had their guys ready to play that game any given Sunday, and they knew how to go out there and play the game that he wanted them to play and win. That's the reason why so many Duke teams and so many of Coach Knight's IU teams were that good. And we are back. And the clock has started. 38 all, 1956 to go. Rice gets it off to Mbako. Mbako did not make a shot in the first half. Really going to need him to make some baskets in the second half. Galloway shoots the three. Oh, my God, that was ugly. Kicked out of bounds. They'll stay on this end. I'm not disagreeing. The word discipline. Wait a minute. Why are they reviewing that? That's a non-reviewable play. Puppet. $1. Gracias, mi amigo. Bruce Pearl would be fine. Puppet, I won't. I promise. It'll go into savings. I will say one day that Puppet Master hooked me up with the soda during retirement, because that's how long I'll save it. Three on the shot clock. And Baco's looking to get it in. He flips it. He gets it in the corner to Rice for three. Air ball. And that's going to be, rebounded by USC. Working it around, driving to the top of the key, hands it off. Nothing there. Flips it down to the big guy. High post. Nothing there. Over the right wing. Nothing. Looking to throw it inside. Gets it back out. Works it to the left. Picks up his dribble. Nothing there. Looking. Hands off. Drives to the rim. And he missed. Oh, he reverses the layup and good. USC comes out with the first basket here in the second half. 40-38. Goody goes to Mbako. Those two are probably going to have to hit some shots here. Down to Ballo. Galloway cuts. Gets inside. Over to Rice. And Galloway hits the deck. Draws the foul. Nice body control for the USC kid. Went on the reverse layup there. That was Desmond Claude. Give him his credit there. Indiana's got the ball underneath the basket. Gets it into Goody. Goody's going to work it out to the top of the key. Hands it off to Galloway. Galloway drives. Baseline. Back up. Gets into the lane. Flips it to Ballo. Ballo grabs it. And he's going to lay it up and in. No contest once he gets the ball on the block. 40-40. 18:30 to go. Works it on the left wing. Nothing. They got the double team there. Good switching to get back to their guys, which is something they all won't always do. Round the pick. Drives. Gets to the basket. Looks. Galloway's in good position. Throws it up. No good. Mbako saves it. And it's going to stay at this end. Yeah, Jordan Hulls, I love the way that kid shot the ball. That's what I was expecting out of Anthony Leal. And there's a turnover by USC. Going to go back Indiana's way. If you can hit Ballo on the post again here and make them collapse that defense, you can start opening up that three-point line. Works it over. High pick. But Galloway drives the lane, flips it up, and good off the glass. Galloway with the runner. Indiana's back on top, 42-40. Galloway's got pressure on the ball. Claude drives around the pick. Flips it out. Nobody covering the three ball. Hard off the rim, no good. And Ballo just goes up and over the top to get the rebound. Here comes Indiana on the break. Back to Goody. Goody thinks about it. Holds off. Hands it to Rice. Rice drives the lane. Gets inside. Up off the glass and in. Miles Rice with the dribble layup. Here comes Indiana up 4 for the first time in a hot minute. USC is going to work it around the right side. Nothing there. Handoff. Flips it over to the top of the key. Over to the left wing. Looking to the baseline. Nothing. Dribbles back to the top. Reset. 13 seconds to go. They restart the offense. High post. Flips it cross court. Looks for the three. Drives. Nothing there. 13-footer. Short off the front rim. Mbako loses the rebound. And Ballo gets the foul. Indiana had the board cleared, but couldn't haul in that rebound as they ran into one another. You know what bothers me, Fundamental? Just take time during the game to watch the bench. I don't think so. Just watch the bench. Calbert Chaney looks like he was ready to go to bed. Jordan Hulls just looks like he doesn't have any input in what's going on at all. They just look like they're sitting there. And I guess a lot of coaches look that way. But that's what I miss about Tom Crean. Tom Crean at least motivated you. Second free throw is good. 1 out of 2 for Cohen. And Indiana leads by 3. Rice drives the right lane. Gets inside all the way through. Gets it over to Galloway. Puts up the 3 ball. Money. Trey Galloway from the corner, and Indiana leads by 6. 47-41. USC comes back working on the high post. Drives, nothing. Left wing. Puts up the 3 ball. Misses it. Rice gets the rebound, but it's taken from him. And this is going to be a jump ball. And I think Rice called a timeout, and I really don't like that call there, but he wanted to save the possession. Nick, keep posting it, bro, because I'll take it. Keep posting it. You know, I think what we've been screaming fundamental is that I think that a true leader on this team really just hasn't emerged. It feels like everybody's equals out there on the floor. You see it in times with Galloway. Well, yeah, with a 6-point lead, you know, at this point in my brain, I want an opportunity. I want an Mbako or a Luke Goody 3-ball attempt here. Either one of them, as Mbako was so cold in the first half that, you know, you got to get him an attempt to try to get going. And or Goody, who was fairly hot in the first half, get one of them an open shot, get that lead up to around 10. Because once you get teams at 10, they change the way they play. And I think that's important for this game. Yeah, I just saw it come across YouTube fundamental. You're not a Bengals fan, but I know that the kid that they drafted at wide receiver, that Jermaine Burton, they just come public with an assault charge that somebody accused him of, and it doesn't surprise me in the least. I hope they find a way just to get rid of the dude. Talented kid, but doesn't have his head on straight. When Carlisle's in there, Carlisle and Galloway, they will run a nice. He does, and you could tell by the way that they did not play him this year because he just didn't get it together. Here comes Rice up the right sideline, looking, gets it to him, Ballo out high. Galloway drives, gets in the lane, flips it up off the glass, and good. Galloway gets to the board. 5, 6, 8-point lead for Indiana. Flips it over, left wing, and Mbako is in tow. Here comes the pick. He's going to work off the pick. Thinks about the 3, nothing there. Drives to the baseline, double teamed. There's a loose ball picked up by Galloway. He's going to sprint it out. It's going to go all the way to the rim, and it's blocked. Oh, my gosh, what an athletic play by USC. Back the other way. He's got the ball and picks up his dribble at 12 foot. Looks back out, nothing there. Drives the baseline. And Mbako holds him off. Gets it inside. And he gets the layup with good positioning inside, which should have been. There's a good opportunity there that slipped away. Working high on the high. Rice is looking. There goes Mbako off the pick. Doesn't get it. Goes to Goody. Rice drives the lane, flips it up off the glass, and he will draw another foul. Every time Miles Rice goes to his right and gets close to that backboard, he will draw a foul. Saw that you fired your DC like the Colts. We probably want Saleh. I want Robert Saleh. I see who they're interviewing, and it befuddles me that they're going after current DCs. Robert Saleh would be on the top of my list, to be honest. You know what? And they just let go of Antonio Pierce for the Raiders. He would be on my list. Gerard Mayo would be on my list. Those are guys that I think would do a really good job. And they would change it up a little bit. Steve Wilkes, I would take him. The only thing with Zala is right now is that he's in the interviewing process for head coaching jobs too, which means that they're interviewing him for potential coordinator as well. I think, and I'll say this for Indy as well. I believe that with the potential of the offense being as dynamic as both of those offenses are for different reasons, I think it's a very alluring job for a DC because you're always going to have the benefit of being able to take a few more chances based on the fact that you can score points. So it allows the defensive coordinator to be a little bit more creative. If you get the right one, could be the right recipe, right? I don't think Lou Anarumo was a bad coach. I just think he had a bad run of luck on free agency and players because losing Jesse Bates and DJ Reader was the biggest detriment to that defense. Although I like Geno Stone, he just isn't a Jesse Bates. Your former DC would be a good choice too. I love Eberflus as a defensive coordinator. I agree. I feel like that's the same with the GM in Cincinnati too. Although it's not been as highly publicized. Rice is at the free throw line. First one's up and good. I think Duke Tobin in Cincinnati might be on his way out too if players don't start panning out that he drafts. Second free throw is up and is also good. 51-43, 15:08 to go. Going to work off the pick. There's a switch. Dribble penetration, tries to get inside all the way to the glass, puts it up. And then he's going to draw a foul. Claude gets to the rim, and I think he's going to get Ballo. So there you go. On that play, Rice being a step slow and Claude getting past him gives Ballo no choice but to body up with him, and that's where he drew the foul. As a defender, you got to have that. You got to stay in there just a little bit tighter. It's the difference in a block shot and free throws. Second free throw is good. Claude makes them both. 51-45. They're going to run the weave a little bit. Galloway flips it up to Ballo. Alley-oop dunk. Omar Ballo gets the slam. Galloway gets the dime. Lead is back to 8. Claude brings it across the timeline. A little less pep in his step this time as he's going to work off the pick. Drives the lane, and he gets all the way to the basket and doesn't get cut off. No help side defense from a big there and an easy score. Galloway's going to work it. Here comes Mbako with the pick. Rolls off the pick. Galloway drives it. Flips it to Mbako. 3 ball. Please go. No good. Mbako stays cold. Here comes USC. Down 6. Drives the lane. Gets inside. Flips it out to the wing. Nothing there. Comes over. 13-foot jump shot. No good. Ballo clears the board. Here comes Rice up the left side. He's going to take it all the way. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds. First time he hasn't drawn a foul on that play in a hot minute. It's amazing what happens when this team does run offensive plays. Gets inside. Galloway, another 13-foot floater, and Indiana goes back up by 8. Galloway's kind of put him on their back right now, and he's taking over this game from the offensive side. Got to step up on D here. Claude drives around him, gets inside, flips it over. Nothing there. Rotates it back to the right wing. Flips it cross court. Nothing. Extra pass, and there's a travel. As he did not set a pivot foot, took 2 steps, and he will be called for travel. Galloway's got it out high as he sets the offense. He's going to rotate. There's the pick from Ballo. He goes, drives, nothing. Cut off. Goody drives the lane, gets inside, not there. Hands it off to Mbako. Step back, flips it down to Ballo on the post. Nobody's come to help Ballo, and he just goes up and lays it in as we got a flop on the floor. And they're going to give him a warning for it, or they should, because he hit the deck with no contact. 57-47, 10-point lead, Indiana. USC finds themselves in a spot where they need a basket here. Running the weave out high, looking. They're going to be looking for the 3 ball. Gets in the lane, puts it up, and it's going to be fouled on the floor. Watch this. Man, if you fell down that easy. And Ballo he's a scary looking dude, man. In Renew's absence, he's really stepped up, though. 57-47, working on Galloway out high, cuts off the passing lane, drives left, nothing there, looks step back. Bryson, or on Rice, drives, get inside, puts it up. Ballo swats it into next week, rebounded, no good. Goody clears the board, and here comes Indiana with a chance to extend. Goody hands it off to Gallo, crossing midcourt. Galloway lets the shot clock drop down here to about 15 and starts the offense. Hits Rice on the right side, back to Galloway. Galloway's got it out high, 12 on the shot clock. Back to Rice. Looks like Rice is going to try to drive it. Nothing. Gets it to Goody. Goody steps inside the 3-point line, throws it up, and he is fouled on the floor. And that'll be the 14th foul for USC. There's what I was talking about. He had a leg inside of him, and that allows the help defense to come over and block that shot. He didn't let him go around him where Ballo has to close in tight. He can just use his length. Get that block shot. Good defense by Rice. Galloway's got it. 15 on the shot clock. High pick by Ballo. Shoots the 3. No good. As the defender fell off of him, took a good shot there. Just didn't go down. Here comes USC running the left side, working on Goody. Tries to drive the lane. Goody gets inside, flips it up. No good, and that's tipped out of bounds to Indiana. I don't like that ref either. Fundamental. It's amazing when they don't lose the defensive position. You know, as long as they have one leg inside that guy between him and the basket that has to keep him at a little bit of a distance, the help side always has the chance to block the shot. But when they get burnt off the dribble at the top of the key, which happens a lot, and it causes our bigs to come over and have to, immediately defend, it just opens up the floor for everybody. Yeah, as big as Ballo is, he's not gonna get a lot of calls like that, to be honest. It's kind of weird, fundamental. You realize that, with everybody's being so disheartened, with the way this team has gone this year. A lot of our good regulars haven't been in very often. Yeah, the big guy gets moved that dramatically. Yeah, just remember it takes a lot of force to move that guy. But you're right, it still should be a foul. But the 165-pound point guard. Yeah, so I think one of the things about Woodson is I just think his prep sucks, right? Because that Louisville team has got talent. Kelsey's going to be a great coach there for Louisville, by the way. I really feel like he'll be there a while. But they go into that tournament game and just not ready. And when you go into play, a team in a tournament like that, you got to be ready for a fight. And then I just feel like they get off to such bad starts sometimes that, in that game in Nebraska, that one they had a chance, to fight back in and just didn't. So, yeah, these next 5 games are going to say a lot. I'm of the opinion they got to get to 20 wins to make the tournament. So that's my countdown to 20. '20 gets them about a 9 seed. Yeah, I would just love to see I would love to be able to watch practice. I think that would really interest me. To get the ball into Tucker. Tucker drives the lane. He comes in for Mbako. Mbako still hasn't scored. Tucker turnaround. Bryson Tucker comes in, instant offense, makes another basket. Yeah, Louisville has Chucky Hepburn. Might be one of the best point guards in the country, pound for pound. 59-47. Works it around the right-hand side. The USC offense has gotten a little bit stagnant. Drives in the lane. Nothing. Drives the baseline. Puts it up. And good. Reverse layup. No help defense. Indiana got a little complacent there. Lead is back to 10. Point guard play especially. A cohesive 1 and 2. There goes Galloway. Works around the edge. Looking down low. Nothing there. It's going to get it cross court to Tucker. Tucker's looking. Drives the lane. Puts it up from 12. No good. And here comes USC back the other way. Drives the lane. Nothing. Gets it out for the 3 ball. And he no hand in the face and he buries it. USC mounting a run here. Down by 7. They've trimmed 5 off in the last minute. Got to close out on the one shooter that's burnt you today. Rice gets inside the lane, misses the layup, tipped back. Galloway gets it to Tucker or to Luke Goody. Rice drives baseline, nothing. Gets it to Ballo, back to Rice. Rice drives, and he gets fouled on the shot. I do like that about Rice, that he's really good at drawing contact. Quick first step with the dribble. Man, when he learns to control a little bit better and learns to be a point guard, I think he's going to be amazing. How is your room not bouncing? Free throws up, and it's good. 60-52, 8-point lead. It's filled with air, but it's not pressurized. Works off the right side, looking for that three ball. Step off three. No good. Ballo clears. Gets it off to Galloway. 9:34 to go, 60-52. Galloway drives, looks, gets it down to Ballo. He's out a little bit far from the block, but he's going to try to work his way back in, waiting on the double team. It doesn't come. He lays it up. No good. It rolls off the rim. Nice shot by Ballo. Just does not go down. Here comes USC in transition. Three ball. No good. Carlisle clears the rebound, but it's stripped away and lost out of bounds back to Indiana. Sat him down too. Woody saw it. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, dog. Let's go Hoosiers. 60-52. 8:58 to go. Galloway sets the offense out high. Drives to the right, hands it off to Tucker. Tucker brings it up to the top of the key. Tries to get in the lane. Spin move. Nice move by Bryson Tucker. Gets all the way to the glass. And I see something in that Tucker kid that I dare not even really say. But when he is on, he's very fluid. Step back three. Airballs it out of bounds. When Bryson Tucker, gosh, this is no comparison at all. But when Bryson Tucker runs that spin move into the lane, it reminds me of Kobe Bryant when he was young. I mean, when he was really young. It's kind of weird, but it looks very similar. All right, Carlisle's in for defensive purposes. So is Langdon Hatton. Tucker's looks like he's one of the main scoring options. Drives the lane, puts it up, no good. And that is going to be a foul. Tucker comes in on his own rebound and fouls as he's trying to take over right here. I think it's that build. Yeah, fundamental. Go back and watch some Kobe Bryant film when he was about 18. It looks very similar. I'm telling you, it's what it reminded me of right off the get-go. Rebound to Carlisle. Here comes Indiana back the other way. Hits Galloway. Galloway drives, gets it to Goody. Goody for three. Yes, sir. And he's fouled. 65-52. Galloway with the excellent baseline pass. Everybody's congratulating Goody on the three ball, but Galloway facilitating getting him the ball was the play as he was cut off, falling out of bounds, and makes the right pass. Let's go. What did Robbie Hummel say? I don't get to hear it, so you got to tell me some of these things. Hoosiers 11 these threes going down. That's all they're missing. That's really all they're missing to be a very competitive team. Any win's a good win. Any win is a good win. Okay, I'll combat that again. No. But Elon is not one of the probably 5 biggest universities in the country. So, Adam, what's the difference between a good win and a bad loss? Because if you lose this game, it's held against you as a huge detriment. But if you win this game convincingly, it's still considered it's not a good win. Elon is, I mean, that's just a weak ass comparison. I guess coming from the conferences, I guess, you know. And that's never been further from the truth. Duke University, for their athletic department, especially basketball, is based on this Indiana University. So, because everything that Krzyzewski learned, he learned from Coach Bob Knight. It all started here in Bloomington, or back then at Army. Inside layup attempt goes up and it's blocked. Good foul. No, and the stigmata of Coach K is going to wear off here in a few years. And when you go back to being half-assed and mediocre, you'll be going, oh, that's what we had. And it'll happen. I don't know I don't know what kind of nil money you have to spend. First free throw is up and good, but the second that Coach K is forgotten, it'll slow down your program too. Because that's what you all are going to be doing for the next 5 years. Wishing he was still there. 65-54. Flips it over cross court, drives the lane, puts it up from 13. No good. Bad shot by Carlisle, a little out of control. Working left, working right, drives the lane, gets inside, puts it up and in. Tucker had poor position there, and they score the easy layup as Claude gets in there and uses his body position and a ball fake to get to the rim. Galloway's got it on the wing, looks, drives it left. Goody comes back. Three-pointer, short off the front rim. Out of rhythm three by Goody. Still take the shot. Oh, they got a chance at the three. The closeout's not there, but he missed it. That was a break for IU, honestly. Here comes Tucker up the right side. Get the game under control. Don't play hero ball. Good job, Trey. Galloway misses the layup, and it's tipped out of bounds by Langdon Hatton. It'll go back the other way. Well, and then I said that Tucker was not in position, but he really got forced off his spot there. As long as you still have the money. It's really what it boils down to. Top 5 classes, money and playing time. Sad to say. And Rice is going to draw the foul or get called for the foul. Oh, none of these universities won't be. See, I always show praise and credit where credit's really due. And looking at the way that this season's winding up, this is probably going to be like your single best chance to win a championship, maybe in a few years to come. So I hope it works out for you. Bryson drives the lane, no good. Rebound. Here comes steal by Carlisle. Gets back in. Corner shot to Tucker. Goody wants the three, but can't get it. Indiana resets. 5:50 to go. Gets it inside to Ballo. Ballo lays it up and in. Why does a 30-second timeout take 5 minutes? Because they got to make the ad revenue from the commercials to keep funding this money pit that they got now that's college athletics. Drives the lane, gets cut off. Good defense. Drops it off inside. Ballo is a little out of position there, but does recover. Carlisle clears the board. Here comes Indiana, 5:20 to go. Carlisle pulls up from 3, hard off the back rim, no good. Bad shot. Bad shot. No rhythm, no pass. Works it down on the baseline, drives the lane, cut off. Good defense. Stolen by Miles Rice on the other way. He's going to drive it. He's going to better slow it down. Gets it to Goody. Goody gets it to Ballo. Ballo gets it to Rice, and he'll reset with 18. He's going to drive, gets in the lane, dumps it off to Ballo, and Ballo's fouled and one. 69-58. Umar Ballo is going to go to the free throw line. Nice ball fake, draws the foul. When he's within 8 foot against this team, they don't have anybody really to stop him. Yeah, Goody's been playing pretty well. He's still a little slow on defense. That's the one difference between him and I compare him to Miller Kopp. But his shot's starting to find rhythm in this building, which is nice. 3-point play is complete. And that'll be really interesting to watch when they play Illinois, how he plays in that game. Ballo's got 21, 8 rebounds. He's only missed 1 shot today. Claude's got it looking. They've got Goody on Claude. They drop it down inside, clear the big man out, and get an easy basket. Ballo is drawn away from the basket, and there goes Rice all the way to the hoop and one. Miles Rice takes it the length of the floor, draws the foul, and goes to the free throw line. I think there's part of the reason why I'm not for certain, but might be part of the reason why Krzyzewski decided not to coach anymore. I mean, I really don't know, but I know there's a lot of the coaches that don't like the way that the sport is headed. I don't like it, that's for sure. Drives the lane, puts it up, and no good. But he's going to draw the foul on Ballo. I'm not, fundamental where we sit, we don't like Kentucky, but watching Mark Pope rebuild that team with Calipari not there has kind of been exciting for the area. Not for me per se, because I'm not a Kentucky fan. Mbako is playing. He's just struggled today. He couldn't find his range. He never got in the flow of the game, JB. And you're right, NIL, Coach K and Saban out of it. And those guys, those are legends that you drive them. And I don't know if he ever went back to coaching or not. And Adam, you might know this one too. Second free throw is good. Did Mike Bray, after leaving Notre Dame because of the NIL, did he ever go coaching anywhere else? Because I know that he quit Notre Dame because of NIL. And that was a big statement. They're going to get it inside to Ballo. Ballo has no pressure really there. He's got a defender on him, spins, misses the layup. Goody's knocked away from him. Rice fires up the 3 ball, no good. Here comes USC with 3:33 to go. 3 ball on the way, in rhythm, hit it. Cuts that lead down to 8. And Indiana has got, because I know Mike Bray quit, play it straight up because of NIL. Talking about not being able to compete with money. And he was doing a pretty good job at that time. Rice drives, gets cut off, drops it off to Carlisle, and he misses a bunny. Tucker comes up with the rebound, and he is going to get fouled on his way up. So he went to the NBA assistant coach. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's kind of like when you let the inmates run the prison situation. Can't coach a kid who thinks that he is king, making the money, getting treated like a celebrity. Yeah. It's, and I think that, as much as I disagree, that the point is that you're only as good as your next recruiting class, right? I mean, your next class of people coming in, because that can change over the course of a year. And to Adams, I hate doing this, but to his credit, he's right. They've got recruits that are lined up for next year, which makes other recruits happy. When Indiana lost Liam McNeely to UConn, it was all about what was already there. It was all about the product that was already on the floor. These guys want to go, and when they feel like they can win immediately, and not like Adam as a Duke fan, but like most Indiana fans, sit back and completely bash this team on social media and every which way but loose. Then guys like Liam McNeely, you don't think they don't read that stuff? The other kid that signed on with UConn from Indiana, you don't think they hear all the noise? And it's not about basketball anymore. It's about reputation, which is not a bad thing, but it's about what can you do for me now. It's not about what can the university do for you, which is what it used to be. If Indiana holds on today, they will move to 4-1 and stay in third place in the Big Ten with Illinois and Purdue all around them. Gotta say, it's kind of weird seeing Nick says Indiana's going to win by 5. Now, it's kind of strange to see the top 6 teams in the Big Ten. They're the only one that doesn't have a number next to them. That's all right. 4-1's a great start. If anybody hasn't done it yet, smash the like or the dislike today. I don't care which one. Adam, you can hit the thumbs down if you like. Doesn't matter to me, sir. Free throw is good. Tucker makes that one. It's 74-65. 3 minutes to go. Going to drive the lane. Puts up the 13-footer over Ballo. And I like this kid, Claude, from USC. He's a scrappy player. Keeps the lead down to 7. Yeah, they are currently. It'll change a little bit. They're going to rotate it around, making sure that they burn up some of this shot clock. Galloway looks, gets inside, flips it up to Ballo. Alley-oop! Dunked it. Back up to 9. Hey, Sam. I'm assuming that S means Sam. Drives the lane, cut off. Gets it back out. Nobody to cover the 3 ball. Hard off the back rim. No good. Another chance at it. 2:02 to go. Claude step back 3. Short off the front rim. No good. Gets his own rebound as it comes off the short rim. Drives left lane. Going to work it over. There's a steal by Tucker. Tucker's going to bring it back the other way. He's going to drop it off to Rice, who lays it up and in. 78-67. 1:41 to go. Doing well, sir. How are you? Drives the left of the lane, gets inside on Ballo, flips it up, blocked. Umar gets a piece of it, and Goody controls it. 1:29 to go. Indiana's going to walk it up. It looks like USC is going to call off the horses here, unless they're going to run this shot clock down. He's out there on Rice, and he's going to pick up the foul. You called it a long ago. Nick, it's probably not going to be 5 points. It's probably going to be, probably somewhere around 9. But the 5 would have made me happy. And I think somebody's calling a timeout here. Musselman's crossed in the section here, and he's got his assistants between him and the ref. I mean, I guess from a historical standpoint, JB, that's a great point. But Trojans, Trojan Warriors, that sounds cool. Trojan, there's other things that are Trojan too. The Trojan horse. Use a big toy to murder and pillage. Galloway did that with TJD, and he's done that with everybody. And I really thought it was going to be Renew this year that would be the recipient of that. I didn't realize it would be Ballo so often on that pick and roll. They get the ball in. There's a bad pass and a steal. $78-69. There's still time left. Ballo's he's playing well. His role has changed a little bit since Renew got hurt, and he has been playing very well. Goody's going to be fouled coming across the timeline. 1:08 to go, 78-69. Yeah, they do. And that's the beauty of it, fundamental. If they don't respect the drive, then he gets the little floater. Indiana plays at Iowa Saturday night. First free throw by Goody is up, and it's good. Second one's up, and it's also good. 80-69. Looking, splits the D, rotates it around. It's got an open man in the corner. Bad pass. Flips it out, rotates it around once again. Step back three. Short off the front rim. Tucker with the rebound. And he's going to get it out to Galloway, who's going to bring it across the timeline, gets it to Rice. Rice down to Goody. 20 on the shot clock. USC, I don't think, is going to foul here. As the Indiana fans kind of come to their feet in a very empty assembly hall right now after we get the foul there. I can't wait for the students to be back in there. Josh, the only thing I ever did in Crawfordsville was play state softball tournaments back in the 90s. Second free throw by Rice is good. 82-69. Drives the lane, gets inside, puts it up. No good. Rice clears the board. That should do it here. 13-point lead with 18 seconds to go. All the fans remaining in Assembly Hall come to their feet as Rice dribbles out the clock. 10 seconds to go. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. GG's all. I spent a lot of time there playing softball in the 90s for sure. Indiana gets the win by 13 with another nice second half performance. The first half, they kind of just hung around in this game, really didn't find their footing. I don't think they played well at all in the first half. They did get some things a little bit better in the second half today. As you can always focus on the overly critical bad points of what they do. They did a lot of things very well in this game today. Going through this box score, I'm hoping so, Sam. Iowa's got some talented kids, and they shoot the ball well at home. So we'll see. Never count them chickens before they hatch. Anytime, JB. I try to be here as much as I can. Mackenzie Mbako, here's the deal. Our second leading scorer gave us absolutely zero today, but the other 4 starters stepped up big time. Luke Goody, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 foul, 5 for 7 from the floor, 4 for 5 behind the three-point line, and 2 from 3 from the free throw line. Excellent performance by Luke Goody today, replacing Mbako's production. Umar Ballo does what he does. 9 for 11 from the floor, and he goes 5 for 5 from the free throw line today. That is impressive. 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and 2 fouls. 23 points for Umar Ballo today. Miles Rice, fairly productive game today. 9 for 11 at the free throw line. Does so well at drawing contact. But on the other hand, Miles Rice had more of a point guard-esque type of game, and he hit the glass very well. 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Only 3 turnovers today. 19 points for Miles Rice, really starting to fill out this roster really well. And Trey Galloway, just a model of being consistent. He also had 6 assists in the game today and only 2 turnovers, 11 points. But he did much more than that as far as running the floor a little bit. Bryson Tucker had a great night off the bench, 4 for 9, 9 points, 4 rebounds, played a little stronger today. It was Bryson Tucker's a little thin out there. Kenan Carlisle did make a 3-pointer today. It looked very Caitlin Clark-esque as he was going to his left, being a right-handed shooter. Couple rebounds, steal. Played some pretty good minutes on the defensive side of the ball. Anthony Leal hit 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Indiana's favorite homegrown son got to play a little bit today. Best start to a Big Ten season in 9 years. I would say that's probably pretty accurate. Woodson's looking very cocky and arrogant. Probably what we're going to hear in post-game today. You know, how good he feels about himself. But this team still got a lot of room to grow, and they got a lot of growth that needs to happen rather quick as the schedule's starting to get really tough going down the stretch here. Am I going to be here for the Iowa game? I'm not sure because I think I'm going to be on for football Saturday night. I'm not positive, Sam. Just keep a lookout as sometime between 2 and 4 hours before the game, I usually will post that it's set up. But I'm not sure. It depends on if I want to be on there for that football game or not because I really don't like it. But we'll talk about that one later. All right, everybody. Anything else today? We want to say as a team today, Indiana only shot 43%, 6 for 21 behind the three-point line. Not a great stat, but Luke Goody lit it up in his chances. Also, Kenan Carlisle hit 1 and Trey hit 1. Trey hit a big one. Whichever football game is on Saturday night, I think it might be Baltimore and Pittsburgh. If it's that one, I'll definitely consider the basketball game. Indiana was 78% from the free throw line, going 18 for 23. And yeah, just an average game. Ooh, Commanders. I don't know. I may want to be on there for that one. I don't want to jinx Indiana on the road. That moves to Indiana to 4-1. They said the best conference start in like 9 years or something like that. Pretty nice. I will take that. That keeps us in the upper echelon and in that conversation to move up a little bit. I will be around Saturday for sure. Just don't know which game yet. But to everybody that's hung out today and been in here for some support, and even you, yes, Mr. Adam, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Even you, Adam, I appreciate you. Much love, and I will see you guys next time. Go IU.